some dirt bike therapy. I don't need to tell you guys about the buzz you get from a good session on the bike. Totally focused on the moment, with no spare brain cells to regret things in the past or worry about things in the future. It's great for the mind and it's great for the body, as long as you don't wrap yourself around a tree. Recently, we did a video about wrestling with the black dog, the serious kind of depression that can seriously fuck with your life. Me, I'm a bit like a golden retriever and really lack the emotional depth for serious depression. But even my occasional bouts of garden variety depression were bad enough. Enough to make me always respect and admire those who battle long and hard with the real black dog. Generally, it's hard to know when guys are struggling with depression. Most men won't talk about it, and most of us subscribe to the Clint Eastwood style of emotional expression. I suspect most of us guys are worried that our testicles will suddenly drop off if we show our emotions, let alone talk about our hassles. Anyway, the first video triggered a lot of comments and discussions on various forums, and I wanted to share some of these insights from riders who are wrestling with the black dog. Maymoto said, "I thought I could beat this shit on my own, but it's just getting worse. It's embarrassing to admit you can't control your own mind." Steve68 said, "There have been times when I feel the darkness encroaching and I know it's going to suck, and I'm going to be gripped by an overwhelming sense of pointlessness. As I feel myself slipping down the slope, I'll hear my grandmother's voice saying, 'It's temporary.' That has sustained me, having faith that it's just a trough and not a cliff. If you do find yourself in total darkness, force yourself to remember that light still exists. There's just none on you at the moment. There's nothing preventing the light from returning someday soon." A common theme was that while riding isn't necessarily a cure, for many it is an incredibly effective way to manage the black dog. VTGS said, "Riding as therapy, or at least keeping the bad thoughts at bay? Yes, it's my passion, the thing I look forward to the most, the thing that I hope will sustain me for the next 30 years. According to Maymoto, the sense of disconnectedness so prevalent in my daily doings vanishes in a snap of talk and blur. I focus and flow, anchor my consciousness to the dirt, and I'm no longer weak or lost or scared. I am part of one strong, loud, fast thing." Unstable Rider said, "Yes, riding helps. It's something that pretty well requires all your focus or you die. Also, it's a lift when you can get out with a couple of your chums and have a distraction for a day, even just a few hours. Working on one's bike is also the gift that keeps on giving. There are many zen-like moments to be had just focusing on a bike repair, modification, or just some maintenance." Everyone agrees agreed there was no one single cure and that the best way to attack depression was from multiple angles. Jono Ipswich said, "Overcoming severe depression is quite a bit like riding. Inasmuch, if you are struggling with a type of terrain, a hill, or getting over logs, it won't necessarily be a particular bend of handlebar or suspension setting that will be the magic cure, but it will be an approach to the whole thing that must be learned and then practiced. The longer you keep doing something incorrectly, the longer it will take to adapt to the right procedure. The wrong way becomes entrenched. Depression is an insidious poison that spreads through your subconscious. But if you can get the right strategies in place, you can work toward getting on top of it." According to Crisis Management, depression and other mental illnesses are truly destructive, and the best solution is to make it a safe topic to discuss. This doesn't necessarily cure anything, but talking about it gives you a lifeline, and you know you are not on your own. It is amazing what humans can endure as long as there is that light at the end of the tunnel. Perhaps the most insidious part of depression is feeling that there is no escape or hope for the future. But everyone who has fought with the black dog says things do get better eventually, especially if you don't give up on finding ways out of the darkness. And finally, never underestimate the therapeutic value of one of those motivational posters from the 1980s using cute kittens.